Hello guys, welcome back to the channel G-Motive. My name is Greg and today I'm holding my hands in my pockets because it's freezing cold. It's about 2 degrees, it's windy, so I hope the video and audio comes out okay. Nevertheless, I'm here to introduce you to my latest purchase, my latest little runaround daily driver. And as you know, I'm a bit sick about cars and I've got no use or need for this type of vehicle. However, well, you know, it never stopped me from buying it. So the way I got to own this beast, if you've seen my previous video, I've owned the Range Rover Sport 65 plate, which was really nice, and I always had an itch to have a Range Rover and to feel how it is. However, they're not that easy to sell. So there was this guy, owner of this car, he was the second owner, who offered a swap, some money on top for the Range Rover, and then I ended up with this truck. This is the Ford Ranger 2018 3.2 inline 5-cylinder diesel engine paired with 6-speed automatic gearbox, and it is a hell of a car. So today I'm gonna show you around. We look on the inside, we did a sound check, and we also take it for a test drive. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so it's worth to mention that this is the Wild Truck spec. So I believe these used to come in 5 different specs, or maybe 4 at this year. So for those who know this truck, they know 2018 Ford Ranger would not be a Raptor factory car. So this is additional kit done by the previous owner, which I really like. I think the Raptor was available a little bit later, maybe from 2020. So these Ford Rangers, they've run from about 2012, and I believe maybe only now or into last year in 2024, the new Ford Ranger was released. So from 2012 until say 2022-23, they will all look more or less the same. I think this is the first or second facelift. But if you look at the later cars, say 2022, it looks very, very similar with slight changes to lights and tail lights, maybe some other spec on the interior and stuff. So started its life as a Wild Truck. So you can see additional tint to front headlights. I'm actually considering removing it because you can see nothing at night. So you drive on a full beam basically, and that doesn't blind anyone, and you're just about able to see where you're going. So you got 3 little LED lights to the front. Looks quite cool. Different grille, the crash bar at the bottom. It's got a couple of these LED lights added on here. You should be able to see it later on the video. Going to the side, obviously the wheel arches are extended, front and rear. Different wheels, so the wheels are Fuel make. These are 20-inch with all Maxxis matching tires. The size of the tire is 305/50 20-inch. So they cost you about 200 quid each, but I really like them, really nice. So bit of a carbon effect here, and obviously you can't miss the additional bit on the bonnet. I mean, it makes it for a cool looking truck, I must say. It's got more carbon to the mirrors, Side steps were coming with Wildtrak as standard, I believe. This one had the rear exhaust done, so you got twin pipes coming to either side. The silencers are still in situ, so it's not too noisy. It's not overwhelming at all. Going to the back, so obviously you got your Raptor stickers. You also have carbon effect door handles, front and back. Full tint, front and back again. You'll see later on a test drive the cabin does feel a little bit dark. This is the American import, the frame with the lights, LED at the back. Very cool thing. So you've got this third brake light in the middle, also LED, and these are really super bright. Additional bit is the roll shutter for the Ford Ranger. That's about £800. I think the rail, I believe the guy said it's about 1,500 imported from US. It's got the reverse camera as well at the back. It sits just here below the Ford emblem, if you can see it there. And believe it or not, but the towing toolbar with electric socket, that's extra. I believe it's about £400 to add it on the Ranger, and you do want one on the Ranger. I think even if you're not towing, just because they got amazing towing capacity of 3.5 tons. Also, the loading capacity in terms of weight to the back of the car is 1.1 tons. So amazing vehicle, amazing all around there. Going to the side again, you can see the exhaust tip, the side steps, and so on. So I believe you agree, it's a very cool looking thing. I'm probably the coolest dad on the school runs. And it sounds, well, you're gonna hear it. So that's all from the outside, and let's take a look inside. Okay, so starting from the back, you can hear the commercial door shutting, but it works, and it will work for many years, so no problem there. So with the Wildtrak you get this orange stitching. You've got a few bits which are kind of soft and leather-like, so this is soft, all of this all around, it's all hard plastic. So the carbon effect is additional, it's been added on, same as here. Also it's got fitted mats, which are a bit of a Marmite, so you either like it or you don't. I'm not a great fan, but what they do is they protect the floor very well, so even for that reason, you know, it's fine, I'll keep them on. So you got the half leather, black leather and orange fabric seats. So it's a 5-seater, so it's a 3 good, very good seats to the back. My kids like it, you sit quite high up, and 3 of my kids, they fit in no problem. There's absolutely no complaints from them whatsoever. You've got the cup holders, I think it's only in the Wildtrak, just there, which is quite nice. Obviously also tinted rear window, and never sat in the back of it, but I believe I can fit in no problem if I need to. Moving on to the front, apologies for bits and bobs that I've got in the car. It's a Valentine's Day today, so there you go, a few donuts, and look at the side door. So same sort of thing, carrying to the front, soft, everything else it's all hard. Additional carbon fiber effects, which then extend to the interior as well on the dash, all around here. So you got more here, and again the seats, Ball-Trak logo, leather plus fabric in orange. So let's move on to the driver's side. So inside the cabin you can see, hopefully, that it is quite dark in here, so the tinted windows don't really help. So I'll try and open both of the windows just to see if we get a bit more light in the cabin, so you can see a little bit more. The other one, so that one's actually a little bit lazy at times. Okay, it works fine now. Also don't want to be too cold. So the infotainment screen is a touch screen and it's okay. So it doesn't have a good big lag, but the nice bit is it's got the Android Auto, which is wired. Just here, you got 2 USB ports. You've got your hill descent button, and you got your traction control off. I'm currently in a four-wheel drive, but normally I keep it just on the 2-wheel, and that's normally, I think, I'm not sure if it's 100% to the back, I believe. And you got your low range as well. The gearbox with the sport function and manual shift if you choose to do so. So you've got your heated seats here on this control panel. I'll try and get some more. Struggling to take my camera down, but you can see it. So you've got your climate control, all physical buttons. You've got your heated seats just here. They heat up pretty quickly, more aircon, and obviously the lovely feature in all or most of the Fords is the heating to front windscreen, so it doesn't take long at all, in winter to defrost your front screen. So this is your dash, the front, so the middle dial, your speedo, and if you look at the steering wheel, it's got this control buttons to both sides. So this side would control that side of the screen, and vice versa. That is for this side of the screen. So on this side, you can have your navigation if you use it. I believe you have more guidance on the screen then. You also have your entertainment, so your radio or whatever is playing on at the moment, and also your phone functions, so you can choose your calls just from the steering wheel. And on this side you got a few adjustments to that screen that you can do. Sorry, is the camera being a bit naughty today? Alright, let's try it that way. Okay, so using this side of the steering wheel now, so your display functions, so you got miles, you can just switch to kilometers by pressing the button. Your range of fuel that's left, so where am I at? So I'm just, what, 1/3 of the tank, that's 113 miles, so you do about 400 miles from the tank. So you got your trip computer, fuel economy, and then these change. You can have the current one, average ones, stuff like that. All the driver's assist, but on that many of them, and yeah, that's about it. So I just keep it, I just put it on my rev counter. That's it. You got your indication of your fuel level and the temperature, water temperature. Also quite nice is that it's got the parking sensors to the rear, together with rear view camera. So you can see it here. Very easy for towing. As you can see, the tow bar is very visible, so you won't miss. And you've got some guides on it as well. So yeah, all of the interior is mostly hard plastics, like I said. everywhere you touch. These bits were added on, and I think they're quite cool. And the sword bit here to the back, just my little camera, review mirror. There's more carbon effect extending here, and the previous owner also changed all the lights to LEDs here. But yeah, obviously you got your grabby handles to help you get in. You also have your usual ones just above your head, just there. The side mirrors are nice and big, so it's good. You can see the far end of the truck, so they really help. Together with the camera, you're actually quite good reversing out, no problem at all. Yeah, so let's do the test drive, or maybe let's do the sound check first. Let's hear the engine. So looking under the bonnet, you've got your 5-cylinder TDCi Duratoro Ford engine, diesel engine. So this is about 200 brake horsepower, and I can't remember how many Newton meters. I'll put it on the screen for you now. I'm very, very sorry. So this is the biggest engine you could order from Ford at that time for Range Rover for the Ford Ranger. The other two were 2.2 diesel inline 4, and I believe 2-liter diesel. Now with the next facelift from 2020, you could no longer have the 3.2. It was then taken over by 2-liter bi-turbo engine with 2 different power outputs. I believe you could have one with 170 and the bi-turbo I think was about 230. So I believe you would have had good enough power, towing capacity and all that. But again, it'll be just 4-cylinder again. So this is 5 in line. So much nicer. I think it'll make the car a little bit rarer in the future for resale value maybe. And the sound of it's a little bit different, so you just heard it from the outside. Now I'm going to start it up here. You can hear it from the engine bay also. So the next the bi-turbo 2-liter diesel is paired then with different gearbox also, which is now 10 speed rather than 6 as it is here now. Generally didn't have any problems here. There's no leaks. The car's just done 78,000 miles. So I'm just gonna start it up for you to listen, and we'll take it for a test drive then. Okay, welcome to the test drive part of the review. Like I said, so now I've got my phone connected to Android Auto. You got your Google Maps. It's nice, no problems there, and it works quite well. So if you press, there is no lags or anything like that. Yeah, let's start the vehicle up. I don't know if you can see it's got this sun strip here, so you may limit your visibility as we drive along. But I hope it will make up for okay enough experience for you to watch. So starting the car. That's it. Just quiet, just so we can hear the engine. from the inside. Just rev it up a little bit for you. So I kind of like it. For a diesel, gladly it's 5-cylinder, so it sounds a little bit better. So these are your controls for the 4-wheel drive. So currently it's on 2-wheel drive. Put it into 4 wheels now, and to do it on the 4 and low, you need to shift to neutral. Do it now. 4x4 in progress. Traction control off, and we're ready to go. I'll do my seat belts. This ground's quite muddy. I've never taken it off-road. However, the nice thing about this truck is, unlike the Range Rover, you know, they're very capable off-roaders. Oh, sorry, still in neutral. But you never take them off-road, do you? Because you don't want to make your beautiful, expensive Range Rover dirty. But with this, I was hoping I'll have a chance to maybe use it off-road at some point, but never did. So coming out of here in a low range now, not that it needs it, it'll probably come out with 2-wheel drive. Just really keen on going over that little, nah, it's okay. Let's take it on the road. So the first time I'm actually in this low range. So it works. Good. Right. Let's switch it back to, I'm just gonna go on the 2-wheel drive. 4x4 shift in progress. Neutral drive. And off we go. So I'll notice the temperature, water temperature doesn't go up to the, you know, proper working temperature very quickly. It takes some time. Maybe it's a good thing, but at least I know it does get there after a little drive, so I know the thermostat is working. So it took me some getting used to driving this around, but now it just feels like a normal car, only with the distance, with spacers to the rear wheels. You have to remember that they're just sticking out a little bit outside the body of the car. So we're gonna go this way. There'll be few bumps we can go over, so something like this. So you feel all the imperfections in the road, however you don't care, because the suspension and wheel size and tires, it's all nothing. So I can go, so it's 20 miles an hour, so I'd never go like that in my normal car through it all. I don't know if you can hear a little squeak from the back loading bay. A little bit annoying to get, maybe look into that, put in something there. But yeah, going through the speed bumps is nothing, really. Nothing at all. I'm quite lucky because I think this car was all under sealed, and the suspension is in as new condition by the way it feels. So I'm gonna join a little faster road just at the end of it. In terms of fuel consumption, I had it on the motorway run a few times, not too long though, maybe 20 minutes, and mostly you're doing school runs, shopping, and my everyday use. I literally use this car every day, so I'm looking at about 20 miles to the gallon average since I've owned it. I've probably done about, again, a couple of thousand miles already, but it's fine. No complaints there, is what it is, I guess. Funny enough, my Range Rover was a little bit better, I think. No, let's go this way. So the gearbox is actually quite smooth and quite fast for this type of vehicle, I would say. I wasn't expecting that. So you can hear the tire roll a little bit. I hope it picks up on the camera. But that's probably as bad as it gets. It doesn't get any worse. And the engine noise, you always hear it, you can't get away from it, but that's pretty much as it is, unless you accelerate. We'll try and do now. Gonna slow down a little bit. You know, it's not a fast car, but it's not meant to be, but it's fast enough. And pulling from the first gear from the traffic lights, sometimes you need to get a little bit quicker. You can do that, no problem, especially if you put on 4-wheel drive, if the ground's a little bit wet, because having it on 2-wheel drive, the power goes to the rear, and if you have no loading at the back, so the back's quite light, then it does lose traction. So it goes tail happy sometimes, and you have to be a little careful, but not scary at all. You can manage it easily, no problems. Steering wheel nice and light. So Ford, I think they do this sort of steering feel for all of the vehicles, whether it's Ford Transit. I'll go before him. Sorry. With Ford Transit or truck like this, it's really very precise. Even on those wheels now, the car doesn't want to go anywhere. I know exactly where I am. The body roll, so if you do this, is, yeah, it is. It's there. You can't miss it. But because of, like I said, the loading capacity and the towing capacities of the car, it feels fairly firm on the road, so it's not like a boat. So it's actually really good to drive. So this can actually make up a daily driver for someone, or the all-in-one vehicle if you've got a business, you know, in construction or something, or farming, and you need to go off-road a bit here and there, and the roads are not great where you are, then it will do both really, really well. So 40 miles an hour here. Let's go a little bit faster again. So again, that, caution, you know, oh, you got your camera warnings from the Ford Sync system. Yeah, it's actually really good for what it is, again, because you have to think about this car, truck, as a truck, really. Not a normal car, it will never be as good, but for off-roading and towing and everything else, plus you can, I'm here very comfortable, the seat is nice, like I said, electrically adjustable. It's okay cabin to be in. You got your cruise, obviously, so you can use your cruise control. You got your phone connectivity, everything works as it should. You got your climate control on both sides, really. And yeah, I've got no complaints. I've been using it for a while, and it's a really good truck. And obviously you can see, oh, so this is Ford Ranger oncoming here, and it's not as nice as mine. And passing by the Range Rovers now, you actually sit even higher than they do in the very expensive, unnecessary vehicles, and it looks so much cooler than anything else on the road. So now I'm just cruising, say 30 miles an hour in the normal road, and it's okay, it's comfortable enough, you know, you don't need anything else. And it's a really good gearbox, like I said. It changes pretty quick when it does the job. So I think at this point this will conclude our video. There's not that much more I can tell you about this vehicle. I wish I could go off-roading somewhere. I should have planned it ahead, I guess, but maybe before I release this video, if there's any chance for me to do that, I will. So I'll let them go. Yep, there you go. I've got time, only working night shift tonight, no problem. There you go, little kiddos. So yeah, this is it for you guys. Thank you very much for looking. Please like and subscribe if you like my content, You know, always try and find some nice cars. So every single car I've reviewed so far, I've owned it, I've used it every day, learned a little bit about it, done some work maybe on it. So with this one, I've done the front screen washers were blocked, and I've read it's a quite common Ford Ranger thing. So it was $7.99 for the pair on Amazon. You can replace them yourself in 5 minutes. Also, I've changed the cabin filter all by myself. It just lives behind the glove box here, no tools required. And that was cheap, was that £12? So you know, you can have your experience with Ford service prices, which isn't bad at all. Oh, brake. So yeah, there is something I've got on my eye on a couple more cars at the moment. So there is a Mercedes CL500 that I would like to go and look at, but also SL55, quite early one, 2003. We'll see if any of these will happen, but yeah, for now it's me and my truck. All right, Dave. All right, thanks guys, I'll see you in a bit.